You're an absolute goat. You're an absolute goat. Oh, I got a little bit of glare, but I hope that's okay. How's it going? Fairy Tale Natsu in Gray? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is, but you spamming hearts, so I think it's a good thing. Gohan, you absolute legend. How are you, brother? Hope you're well, Gohan. You're an absolute legend. Dark Magician Tactics. The Pharaoh has arrived. I am so far and away from the Pharaoh. I am washed. I'm washed, my friend. But we're here to have fun. Hope everyone is doing fine. We got a loaded stream today. I actually don't know where I want to start. But before I do start, I just want to wish everyone a happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you're celebrating it with people you love, whether it's a significant other, family, whatever the case is. And if you're not, then I'm your Valentine's today, and I'll be your Valentine. So we got that covered on the romantic basis. So this is our date night. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. St. Marcus, sup cutie, sup cutie to you. Hope you're doing well, Marcus. Long time no talk. How are you, all things considered? Are you still on the I see you've been playing a lot of League of Legends. How's that going? Jail OG. You're what's up, brother? Hope you're doing well. Okay, I get it. I'm single. Will everyone stop reminding me? No, 24. Yeet, man. How's you doing? How you going, man? Don't worry, you're not single. You're not single. Because you're part of this community, and that's better. That's better. Solo. DM Goat is here. How are you? I'm doing fantastic. I'm doing great. I just had some Greek food, a little bit of red wine. So, we're a little looser today than pause. We're a little more loose today for the stream. But that just means that we make a lot of mistakes today. So bear with me, but we'll have a lot of fun. Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles are in high demand. Yu-Gi-Oh! Singles in your area. I'll be one of those annoying pop-ups. Aspiring girl, sup with you. My Valentine's Day year is a brick DM hand. I love to hear that, because that just means that's a healthy relationship. Jesse Kahn Dark Magician profile was decent with the Primite engine. Elvis, I'm happy you brought that up, because we're not going to be talking about it. It's been talked about throughout the Dark Magician Discord and the community itself. Excuse me, sorry. Just had dinner, so a lot of built up gas burping wise. Anyways, yeah, a lot of people have already discussed it. It's not a bad list. It's actually pretty decent considering what it wants to do and things like that. It's actually a pretty decent list. It's not the direction I would take, and we'll quickly go briefly over. Actually, no, I'm not going to go briefly over. I'll just show you something. So we'll just go live. We're live. Is my audio okay, by the way? I hope my audio is okay. Ooh, I don't like this at all. That's unprofessional. I hope that's okay. Is that fine? Audio still good? Audio is fine. Excellent. So first thing I want to do, Ohm is driving right now. Ohm is the GOAT, because he lent me, I had this entire engine in my hand for $15 at one point. And Ohm was smart enough to buy it, and now it's genuinely unaffordable. So I just want to let everyone know that this guy did lend me the entire engine. So huge shout outs to Ohm. Ohm is actually in the stream right now. We've been working with Primite DM for a while, and we're not going to be working on it in the stream. I'm going to be uploading a video on it, and then we'll talk about it on a stream and dissect it further later on in the future. I just want to show everyone and show Ohm the love that he deserves for providing me with this engine. These cards are genuinely way overpriced right now. I don't think they're, like, full disclaimer, I'll be honest, I'll say here, I don't think this is the best way to play DM. It might be the most fun. However, we've cooked a lot. We've worked really, really hard on a list utilizing the Primite cards, and it's okay. It's okay at best. There's just, the thing is with Primite right now is it's poor into the format. And what I mean by that is Detonator exists. Detonator exists. The banish aspect of everything benefits Malice more than it hinders them. The one thing I do like about this engine is it's relatively small. Like we definitely won't be cutting. We definitely won't be playing these. But like, sorry about that. Outside, like this engine is relatively small in terms of deck space, so it leaves a lot of room for non-engine. And more importantly, it's fun. It is fun. It's fun to play. It's just like I said, I think there's better things going on right now than to be playing and splashing the money that this engine demands. It's a good engine. I'll say that it's a good engine. It's just better in other decks. But where have we heard that before, right? And speaking of why this engine is so damn expensive, is because we have in front of us. Hold on, let me put this away real quick. And the reason why this engine is so expensive, we won't be cooking with it today, but I will assure you, Om and I have been very hard at work in terms of trying to make it make the deck as good as possible. The reason why the engine is so expensive is because of these. We have 4 Blue Eye structure decks. Here I bought 4 because I was just like, yeah, we're just gonna buy 4. I'm only gonna open 2. We're gonna go QCR hunting, so I'm only gonna open 2, and I'll save the other 2 for another day, or you know, I want to experience this with my brother as well about the whole opening, because it's kind of what we've done. So I'll open 2 today, and let me know which one are we opening. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me 2, and I'll open those 2, and hopefully we can pull the QCR for everyone. Rodrigo, hi, how's it going? I like your haircut. It's actually not a haircut. I'm actually trying to grow out my hair a little longer. I've tested 3 of the new structure deck. Yeet, man, how did it play out? Was it okay? Hopefully it was okay. So, yeah, which ones are we opening? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I need 2. And if I don't hear anything, I'm probably just gonna open these 2 and keep these 2 to the side. I got a lot of good hands. 4 Blue Eyes decks, 3 and 4. My go. All right. Sick. You're the first one to answer. 4 Blue Eye structure decks. Well, the idea was I was going to open, 3 to build the deck, and then I was going to keep 1 not sealed, but like emergency reasons. For the time being, we'll just open 2 because there is a card, and I'm sure everyone knows about the card. There's a card I want to get into and about some of the applications it has within Dark Magician. So we'll go QCR hunting today, and we'll see if we can pull the QCR. I don't think we're gonna pull it, but because apparently the weight of the pack weights for the QCRs are horrendous. My locals on Sunday is doing a Blue Eye structure deck tournament where we only play with the structure deck. Kind of pumped for that. Oh, I love to hear that. Oh, what is this? Oh, there's the first one. And then where's the list? Oh, I can't get this out. Why do they make things so much more difficult? Ugh. Okay, I'm not going to get it out from that side. Have you thought about how have you been practicing Dark Magician tactics with the list? There it is. There's the first one. And here is the second. All right, do we get the QCR, guys? What do you think? Ow. Ooh, that hurt. All right. There's the 2 decks. All right. First one. No, we didn't. And the second one. No, we didn't. But it's okay. I guess 2 is okay. The upping the rarity a little bit, which is fine. We didn't pull the QCR, but that's okay. So we'll just put these to the side for now. And we'll open this for the purpose that I need. Oh, I'm bleeding everywhere. Oh, shoot. Okay. Apologies, gentlemen and ladies. Give me a minute. I need to wash my hand real quick. We're back. Oh, yeah, we're back. Real life offering, ultimate offering on stream was crazy. For real. You know what that means? This means it's going to be a good stream. Anyways. So, I don't know. We probably won't go through the entire deck. This is the main reason why we're playing the deck. Why we bought the deck. Because this is a card I'm very interested in. And I'll explain why that is in a few. So, we'll just quickly open that. This is going to be a problem, I think. Jokes aside. This one. Okie dokie. So we'll move this over to the side. Gently. This is going to be bothering me all stream, I think. Blue Eyes Matchy time. Loza! How's it going, my goat? Absolute legend. Okay. So. There's one thing I wanted to show. But before I show, I need chat's opinion real quick. Guys, I am torn because I've been using these Judge extra deck sleeves for a very long time. And I love these sleeves. I think they're so sick. But a buddy of mine from Japan brought me back some of these beauties. And I am torn about which ones to use. What are we thinking? The YCS Japan DMG sleeves? Those absolute stunning ones. Or we keep the Judge DMG ones. I don't know. I'm torn. Point is I have to open these anyways. Because I ran out of, extra deck sleeves. YCS, no question. I think I agree. These are crazy. They're so nice. So we'll crack these open. Yo, what's up, my friend? McMurray. Ooh. Absolutely beautiful. Oh no, I took out 3. So we'll keep these guys sealed in here. And then I'll probably sleeve up my entire extra deck with these down the line. Okay, so what if you've been keeping up with my channel, and if you haven't, shame on you, I'm joking. What we've been playing is what are we cooking today? We are building off some advice and opinions I got about my previous list. If you've watched the channel up until this point, you know that we are playing Fiendsmith DM, or a version of it. And there are a few things I want to change, and I'll explain as to why I'm changing what I'm changing. It comes at, Gohan has really advocated for some of these changes. I kind of agree with him. And it's one of those situations where now more than ever is a positive for why we are cutting it. And I will quickly go into what we're cutting, what we're changing, and why is that. So to start, this Fiendsmith engine remains unchanged. These cards are just so good. They're the best cards. I'm going to turn this off. The glare is unbelievable. Is that okay? Hopefully that's okay. Yeah, so these cards are the best cards in the game right now, as far as a standalone engine. And the fact that Magician's Rod and Souls, can get you into this engine is just really, really strong. So my biggest issue when it came to playing Fiendsmith in particular was that the engine was really, really strong. However, I don't want to, like, okay, one second. Let me organize some of these. Now they're basically made pure Blue Eyes meta. Will they do that for DM? I pray every night for that, Kenny. Pray every night for that. That's what the dream is, right? I want to talk about this list a little more in depth. And then what I want to do is I want to kind of fix the list on stream. Additionally, what I want to do is I want to provide some opinion, like an opinion for the list going forward and what we're going to change. And give me a minute. I just need to unsleeve these real quick because we are going to be changing these over sleeves are disgusting, and we did buy new sleeves, but I won't sleeve them up here. Down the line, what I do want to hold on. True, thank you for being an inspiration for us DM players. Kenny, I do this for the love of the game. The fact that I could share ideas with everyone, that's what makes everything all worth it, because sometimes these ideas they generate new ideas or better ideas for that, and you guys just, everyone as a community, we collectively make the deck significantly better. If one bad idea spawns a good one, then that's all I could ask for. More importantly, if I can inspire someone to play a deck that they love, that breaks free from the norm of playing meta and things like that, that's also all I could ask for. Because I feel like a little bit, like, I don't want to, people play to win, and that's fine, but a little bit of the charm and the love for the game for me comes when I could play a deck that I love. Specifically if it's a deck like Dark Magician that's not very good, but for me it's a really fun challenge to make it the best version of itself, in a sense. So if I can inspire that from other people, then that makes me very, very happy. Anyways, so my list, if you've seen my list, what I've been cooking was I've been cooking a Fiendsmith DM list, including the toy box cards. Now, the reason for this was because the application that Magician Souls and Toy Box get you is insane. What these cards generate for the deck is something that we've never seen before for Dark Magician. And I'll say it, I still think Toy Box is one of the best engines to play in tandem with Dark Magician. That being said, right now this engine is a nightmare. I know in the video was recorded a week or two ago, despite it being uploaded only 3 days ago. Throughout further testing, it's been a real eye-opener for me. The idea of this engine was essentially to provide a way for the deck to constantly recur card economy, as well as deal with interruptions. Like, for example, what I mean by that is Magician Souls and Toy Box, for example. This engine alone, these two cards alone, in order to stop any plays from happening, whether it's essentially to make these two cards in tandem dead, your opponent needs to throw 3 hand traps at it. And what I mean, they need to hand trap the Magician Souls on the draw 2. They need to hand trap the Bestial on one of these 2. In addition, they probably even 2 Bestials, because if they Bestial only 1, you still have 2 bodies on board that gets you into Moon of the Closed Heaven, and then you go into full Fiendsmith combo. And then 3, if that all happens, the point was for Toy Soldier to search your copy of Lacrima. So in order to turn off your Fiendsmith engine when you see these 2 cards, your opponent needs to dedicate 3 or 4 hand traps to it, and you still have 3 cards in hand. Now, the only issue I saw with this was, and Gohan made a good point of this, is can this engine be something else in terms of like non-engine and things like that? Additionally, what happens is Detonator being a card that deals with Toy Box on its own. Like, if you're playing into a Raizio board, why is my playmat so dirty? If you're playing into a Rizio board, toy box is never resolving, unfortunately, and that was kind of the biggest issue with it. Additionally, playing into a Malice board as well, you're not resolving any of these cards for that matter, and that was kind of the biggest issue I found. And even though, you know, I still think this engine's solid, it's just I think there's a better direction we can take within the deck that substitute this engine for something else. Because where's the like something that I was thinking about was where does this engine's strength come from? And it mainly comes from the draw 2 off Magician Souls, right? And that's where, you know, having the ability to pretty much generate a board while keeping your card economy in your hand relatively the same, if not you plus a million, that was kind of the strength of this engine. That being said, I think that this engine can be cut because I want to include these two in the deck, and I'll explain why in a bit. Because what these two offer is similar card economy that's significantly more consistent, if that makes sense. And I'll explain how that is later on in the stream. But for this to work, we need to pretty much reconstruct the deck. That's an important step to take in theory crafting. Is this good? Isn't as good of a question as is it good now? Why or why not? Everything exists in an ecosystem that we need to reckon with. Exactly. You know, it's definitely as and like, you know, there was a lot of conversation in terms of what is the ceiling significantly better with these cards. You know, Gohan is in the chat right now. He doesn't think that the ceiling is worth the extra ceiling. The raised ceiling of the deck with these cards isn't worth, for example, the bricks you have to play in terms of toy soldier and toy tank. Additionally, it's not worth the way some interactions destroy this engine, specifically detonator or a beast-steal, for example. And he doesn't think that the ceiling is significantly higher. I kind of disagree in the sense that, like, although I think the ceiling that, you know, these cards can generate is pretty remarkable, but to that point, you're never reaching, specifically in this format. A lot of players are playing a bunch of hand traps. It's a very hand trap heavy format. You're never reaching that ceiling, whether you like it or not. No matter how many interruptions you bait, you're not reaching that ceiling. And because of that, we kind of need cards that are also live. Additionally, something that we need to keep in mind is we're also playing a really bad deck. We're playing a really bad deck, so we essentially need to guarantee that these cards are always live. For example, opening a toy box with, say, an engraver and 3 hand traps, because that does happen occasionally. This does nothing. This does nothing for the engine. The one thing that you can do, it's a funny interaction, is you could set your toy cards, and it's, I believe, Desiree. When you link off when you link off Desiree, you can send one of the links, if you have a spare link, to pop one of your toy cards. I believe that's how it is. If I'm mixing up the line, there's a line within the Fiendsmith cards where you could pop your own toy card, and then you generate value off that. But that's insanely, very, very niche. And yeah, Ogre might come into play as well with True Light. That also hurts toy box. Yeah, definitely. And yeah, exactly that. And like I said, the main strength of this engine was the draw 2 with Soul Servant, right? With Magician Souls. However, I think, like I was saying, this engine can very well be substituted by this. And I'll explain how that is very, very shortly. Like I said, first we need to construct the deck in some capacity, and we will do that just now. Give me a second, everyone. So what I want to start with is we'll start off with the Dark Magician engine. And something that I was looking at was we'll actually need to play, excuse me for a second. Yes, exactly that. I'm such a mess. So one thing that I want to do is I want to play this. I want to play another copy of this. All that is fine. And just for I need to get two of the lost arts, but we'll just do that for now. Okay, so we'll start with this. So what I want to do is I want to up Dark Magician from 1 to 2, and I'll explain why in a bit. We'll play Dark Magician at 2. I've been nonstop Fiendsmithing. I gotcha. Did you know Shadow's Light can bridge into full Blue Eyes White Dragon combo if you have souls on field? Yeah. I didn't. Well, you just told me, and the theory makes sense in my head. Yo, hey, how's it going, Matchy? How's it going, man? Hope you're doing well, Starry Night. Because what, you Shadow's Light into Sage, no? Or no, you Shadow's Light into the... Where is she? The Maiden, no? And then off you go. Anyways, so two Dark Magicians is what I want to start with. And then I want to play one copy of Dark Magician Girl. And the reason why we want to play 2 is because I really like Apprentice's application. Mainly for 1, being an extender if you need, and 2, if you open up very awkward hands with like Illusion of Chaos and Lurie, grabbing Apprentice to pitch Lurie to special summon itself, replacing itself in hand, and then Lurie special summon itself as a body without conducting your normal summon, I think that's pretty decent. So that's kind of like the reason why I really like Apprentice's application within the list. And I want to play Timaeus. So these are kind of like the pseudo... Well, Apprentice is never a brick, I don't think. Unless you have very situational... Excuse me, sorry. I should have got a glass of water. Yeah, and then Timaeus and the DM, the 2 DMs. Normally you would play DM at 1. But because we are playing the little Blue Eyes package, I want to up it to 2 because there's so many situations where you'll open up a line to this engine with Apprentice. And I feel like there's also a problem in terms of, for example, there's a lot of situations I find where sometimes I really want DM in hand or in rotation. Outside of opening Magician Souls, there isn't a way to recur Dark Magician from the graveyard unless you're soul servanting back. And that was a pretty huge problem when testing with 1 DM. And obviously something that you need to keep in mind is how many times are you resolving DM per se, in terms of how many times are you going into a Dragoon or going into the Dark Magicians, etc, etc, etc. The point is that there are times where 1 is going to be in your graveyard first turn. Almost every single time 1 of your DMs is turned off. So the way I visualize 2 DMs is 1 is made to get the draw 2 and the maximum value off Soul Servant, while the other one is made for late game pushes throughout the grind game to essentially help you, go into, for example, a Guardian Chimera is a card I've been experimenting with, or your Dragoon or things like that. And I think that 2 DM is very, very important. You can cut the 1, but if you cut the 1, play with 1 and then you'll notice you'll see what I'm talking about. There are a lot of situations where you run into the habit of losing out on 1 Dark Magician, and you feel like and I am an advocate for 1. I've been playing 1 since I was playing the branded DM list. I am I'm the guy riding the train for 1 DM. So if I'm playing 2, that means there's a serious problem when it comes to recurring DM specifically. What version of DM are we crafting? We are optimizing our our Fiendsmith list for the current format in terms of Malice and Ryzeal. The reason for it is there's a pretty decently sized event happening in my area that I do want to participate in and try to maintain a decent result in. So we'll continue now. We'll follow it up with 3 copies of Magician Souls. That's standard. We'll move this here. Then we will play 2. What I want to do is I want to play 3 copies of Magician's Rod. Oops. And then 3 copies of your Illusion of Chaos. So this is the monster count. Essentially, nice. There will be a VOD of this stream. Hopefully it's not my last VOD. I didn't upload it anyways, but it got copyright striked for some reason. It's the same. I use the exact same soundtracks and everything like that from every other stream, and those never had an issue. So my king playing 2 DMs, Dan, dude, it's I'm not happy about it, but believe it or not, it's actually a must. We'll play 2 Soul Servants and the 1 Secrets. So this is kind of the DM engine, right? Feels like 3 Rod is a bit much. Yes, but that's because we play no other normal summons. And additionally, the reason why we play 3 is we kind of want to see it. I'll explain how. I'll explain why and how. But that's kind of the DM engine side of things. And this 1 pseudo DM card, because I do count this as one of the DM engine, we're playing the 1 copy of Mausoleum of White. This is like the 1 brick in a sense, but it's not really a brick because this acts as a Magician's Souls if you hard open it. And yeah, so we'll go into that. The reason why I want to play these specifically is because I want to play this. I want to experiment. You know, these structure decks just came out, and I really want to experiment with Sage. Not Sage, with Spirit with Eyes of Blue. And the reason why I want to experiment with them is because I really want to experiment with where is it? Heroic Seals. I want to experiment with this in the I had a QCR seal somewhere. I don't know where it went. Let me see if I can find it. Because, you know, we might as well bling out for the haha. Sick. This can go in here. We'll bling out for the video. 3 Rod feels weird, especially only playing 2 DM. So yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in that sense, but I'll explain why that is. So the reason why I want to do this, we'll go into the Fiendsmith engine and what we'll play after. The reason why I think this is solid is because this replaces these in a sense. And what this offers is now we cut 5 main deck slots for 1, which feels pretty decent. The main combo, so there's two combos. I know Loza's a legend, and he talked about that's why you want to see it for bodies. Strudo for synchro plays. Pop Mausoleum, add village. Oh, true. Yeah, you can do that. Yep, before Eyes of Blue, I was running Umduck to use seals in my DM deck. Yeah, so this card pretty much turns out like it no longer needs to play a card like Umduck. So the thought is, shout out Loza for this one. But, sorry. Shout out Loza for this one. But you can essentially, these 2 cards get you kind of the same resources. So say you open up with 1, 2, 3, and then that's all you need, right? So this is your hand, right? So what you will normally do is you'll go activate Magician Souls. Magician Souls will send you your copy of Dark Magician Girl to the graveyard. right? Special summoning itself. You then normal summon Rod. Rod activates its effect, grabbing you your Soul Servant. Here, you'll link off your Rod. By the way, for those who are new, we got some new extra deck sleeves, these beautiful YCS Japan sleeves. Shout out my coworker. Rod's principal value is to give you a normal summon that pluses. Fiendsmith provides good grind game, so you don't need to suit of Dark Magician spell and trap cards to give Rod value a grind. 100%. So we'll grab our Spirit of Eyes of Blue. Spirit grabs you your Mausoleum of White. And now Mausoleum of White activates. Targeting one of these two, it doesn't matter. Sending your Dark Magician. Now, what this offers... Wow, where can I get those sleeves? My buddy bought them from Japan. So, I guess Japan. I have no idea. He's an absolute legend for it. You then go Magician Soul's effect, sending these two to draw 2 cards. And then you link this Souls off into another Blue Eyes, and you link these 2 off into a Seals. And now you have a Seals live. Now, you can normally ask... You can now... Oh, and then you go banish Soul Servant to draw another 2. So you have Seals and you have 7 cards in hand, which is really solid. Like that's the same amount of advantage that this opens up, and it's infinitely more accessible. Now, you can get interrupted, right? It's more susceptible to hand traps, but the advantage is the same in the sense. And it's like the main reason why we played this engine was to help Dark Magician keep up with card economy against some of the best decks in the game. And that's where, and that's kind of what replaces this. And I feel like it's a choice for the better. Additionally, something that we can do, and something that isn't as good, but no, the thought I had was, if you have Rod and Souls, right? These 2 cards, if you have access to both of these cards, you're never going into the Blue Eyes cards, because you are going to be going into Moon every time, and then Moon is going to go into your Requiem, right? And that was the question I had. So it's like the thought was, can Rod and Souls get you 7 cards in hand with Seals? But is that better than Rod and Souls going into full Fiendsmith combo? That being said, there's a very interesting thought where if you have question, is card advantage better than protection set by Toy Box when your opponent declares attack? The problem with that theory, Dark Magician Tactics, is your opponent's going to deal with Toy Box before they even go to battle phase, if they know what they're doing. So the thought was how can I get to Seals, right? For example, how can I get to Seals? The question I had for myself was, if I can get to Seals, I can get into the Fiendsmith cards. However, there is a situation where we can get to Seals with Illusion of Chaos and any blank. We can get to that same line with this. And the reason why this is so strong is this, if you have 3 other cards in hand, if you, for example, open this and, you know, your Fiendsmith, your Engraver, or whatever the case is, it could be this and 3 hand traps. What this allows you to do is this gets you a play where normally you wouldn't. So, for example, back in the day, Illusion of Chaos and 4 hand traps wasn't anything. Souls and 4 hand traps didn't get you anywhere either. But now, what these 2 cards offer, these three cards offer, is they offer that Illusion of Chaos is a 1-card Seals, 1.5. So the way it works is you activate Illusion of Chaos, grabbing your Magician's Rod, putting back a blank, right? You then normal summon your Rod, activate Rod's effect, grabbing you your Soul Servant. And I think you know where I'm going with this. You're linking off Rod into your Blue Eyes Link 1. Your Blue Eyes Link 1 will activate its effect, grabbing you your Mausoleum. Mausoleum, target your Blue Eyes, sends your Dark Magician. Here, you can then activate Soul Servant. Soul Servant will stack your Timaeus. Banish it to draw your Timaeus. Timaeus sends your Illusion of Chaos because you are locked into dragons. Special summoning your Timaeus. You link these two off into a Seals. And now, what we have is now the situation where it's like you had the two normal summons. If you have two normal summons, you can typically go into Fiendsmith combo. And if you don't have access to two normal summons, say you open up Engraver and Illusion of Chaos by itself, you can still go into full Fiendsmith combo plus a Seals. And what this offers, for example, what this engine offers in particular, is it makes cards like Seeing Dark Magician in hand significantly better. It makes Secrets significantly better. It makes Apprentice significantly better. Because now what this opens up an avenue for is game states where we can have, for example, Seals. You have a Seals bounce, and then you can summon a Meg or a Druis or whatever, and then Secrets into your Dragoon or whatever the case is. And that's the thought. I think Seals is a very strong card. It is at a heavy cost of having to play 3 extra deck slots, and that's a discussion that we'll be having to make later on throughout the stream. But it's a thought, and I think it's pretty decent. It pretty much opens up the deck to allow itself to do a little bit more with less, if that makes sense. So the way I want to construct this list now, I'll quickly go over it. This could be wrong, this could be right, I don't know. But I'll quickly go over what the engine side of things is, because we have every engine piece here. We play, we play 2 copies of Dark Magician. We play your 3 copies of Illusion of Chaos. We play your, I'm just trying to grab everything. 3 copies of Magician's Rod. 3 Souls. 1 DMG, 1 Timaeus, 1 Apprentice. Then we play the 1 Secrets, 2 Soul Servants, and the 1 Mausoleum, right? So that's 2, 5, 8, 11, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 cards. And then the Fiendsmith engine is awesome because it's so small. So we have 21, 21, 23, 26, and 27, right? What about the Primite engine? Noel, I'm glad you asked. We have been working on it a lot. I've been theory crafting with a really good player about it. We have all the cards we need. I don't want to rush into a list that I'm not happy with. The one thing I don't like is when people throw together lists. When people throw together lists, and they're very unfinished. They're not tested thoroughly, and they give you like bad advice on how to play particular engines. I don't want to offer that for my viewers specifically. So we have it. We're working really, really hard to find a version that works. And we'll go from there. What kind of support would you like to see for DM? Fusion-based support is the easy answer because our strongest toolbox is fusion monsters. But links are probably, look what one link does for look what a viable Link 1 does for us in some capacity, that otherwise it doesn't even belong to our list. So it's like maybe a Link 1 would be really nice. One thing that I do want, this might not be the best support. This might not be the best support in terms of a ceiling, but what I really want is a Link 1. So in this case, this is our Link 1. I want a Link 1 that is a Palladium monster. And the reason I want for that is it turns Magician's Rod, right? It turns Magician's Rod or a Soul Servant into a proper situation where it's like you can search any card you want in the deck. So what I mean by that is this can be more like, imagine a Link 1 that searches any Dark Magician card, or maybe not even search. I don't know what the thought could be. Maybe it's like a Pseudo Magician Souls. Maybe it's a Palladium monster that sends something. The idea is I want a starter if this gets interrupted. So what I mean by that is what I want. Sorry for getting sidetracked. But say you go Magician's Rod, activate Magician's Rod effect, grabbing you your Soul Servant, right? You then link off Magician's Rod into this Palladium Link 1, right? The Palladium searches you Circle, for example, and dumps DM, or whatever the case is. Circle, or who cares? And what would be cool would be then, because it's the Palladium, your Soul Servant can now grab you any card in the deck. So you can go like, for example, these two cards can get you Circle and Soul Servant, right? And say the Link 1 has a bonus effect where if it's linked off by a card that lists Dark Magician in its text, you can send Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from deck to grave. So what that automatically does is, like, that's not even that strong. There are stronger Link 1s than searching a Dark Magician spell and trap and then sending a card for cost. But like what that would do would be like normal Rod, grab Soul Servant, link off Rod into this Palladium Link 1. Palladium Link 1 grabs you Soul Servant. You then go Circle. You go Circle, chain Soul Servant, stack Salvation. The Link 1 dumps DM. And now what you have off one Magician's Rod is you have a draw 2 because you have a Palladium and Dark Magician. So you have a draw 2 and you have the Dark Magician triangle established all in one card. One normal summon of Rod sets up the Dark Magician triangle, which would incentivize playing Circle more, Eternal Soul more, and then like maybe a few more good spells and trap cards would be like cool. But like I think it all starts off with a Link 1. A Link 1 that can facilitate Soul Servant to be a Link 1 that raises the ceiling of every card in the deck. Because like for me personally, the Dark Magician engine, believe it or not, and people aren't gonna like to hear this. I said this multiple times on stream. I'll say it again. People don't like to hear this because it's very easy to say this deck is ass and this deck is bad, and because it is. The deck is bad in the sense that its power level is significantly weak, specifically with cards like Bestials running around and things like that. But what people fail to realize, and what people do say, is like, I want consistency with the Dark Magician. This engine, believe it or not, like you're not gonna like to hear this, is one of the most consistent engines in the game in terms of like wanting to find whatever you're looking for. If I open up any combination of these cards, I can grab any card within the Dark Magician archetype insanely comfortably, right? So that's kind of the thought. Gohan says, what does go? I'd love to see a contact fusion. I made a neat play during dumping a dead Lacrima in hand into the graveyard, using it to contact fuse Necro Crypt, which set up Paradise on the next turn. I want that for DM. Like, that would be sick. That would be awesome. It's really smart considering they tried to lean into the whole Yu-Gi-Oh! Always draws that what he needs thing while making it more viable in today's game. Exactly. Most of us I've seen only play 2 Rod. Why is this? So the reason why we're playing 3 Rod is because we're playing no other normal summons. So the idea is if you don't open Fiendsmith, 2 cards gets you into the Fiendsmith combo. And Fiendsmith is the best engine in the game right now. So seeing more copies of Rod, even though it's cloggy, I think it's really decent in terms of opening. You know, if you hard open Rod, Souls, and Illusion of Chaos, that gets you into a little bit more rather than wasting Illusion of Chaos to search for your rod, right? That's the initial thought. Like I said, it could change, but the reason why we played rod at 2 before was because simply because we played more normal summons. We played Cartesia, Quem, we played Toy Soldier, which is a normal summon. Golden Machi moments. Loza, you have so many golden moments, I can't even count. Absolute legend. Dark Magician Tactics. What about older DM cards that are retrained for modern play? There are a few cool older DM cards, but like you could retrain any, like imagine, I think I saw that on your channel, on your community post where it's like Sorcerer of Dark Magic. Like what if Sorcerer of Dark Magic was, you know, a boss monster that we can go into? Like you can go a Link 4, but you can use the standard Rod Souls line that gets you into Selene, or you can go into like Selene and then Selene revives a card and you link off that and Selene into your Sorcerer of Dark Magic Link 4, or a Magician of Black Chaos Link 4. Like that'd be cool. And it'd be like a really good boss monster, because you could have a situation where you could have like Dragoon and like 2 big boss monsters. That would be fun. Or, you know, Sorcerer of Dark Magic could be a really strong card to push into boards. That'd be really interesting. Anyways, back to this. I lost count. How many cards is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 cards. So what that leaves us with is 13 non-engine slots. And the cool thing about, like I said in my video, the thing that really gravitated me towards this list was the amount of non-engine you could play. So I have my big staple binder here. I'll just take out the cards that I know I want to play. One card that I do want to experiment with, and this is a sneak peek for a deck like White Forest DM 27, so that's 9 cards. And then what I want to play is, because if we are going into the Seals line, I want to maximize on Bestials. I don't know if it should be 2 Druis and 1 Boldrake, but we'll just go with 2 Druis. I think 2 Druis is fine. So this is kind of the direction I want to go into. Yeah, a Bestial package. So 12, we play 12 non-engine, right? We play 12 non-engine, and then this is our engine. And then the Bestials are like pseudo engine per se, if you know we really open something. That would go hard, field spell that, fusion summons DM boss monsters. Could also set Eternal Soul. I'll say this now. One of the biggest fumbles Konami ever done with this deck is that Salvation, in theory, could be a fantastic card. Salvation, if it didn't set Eternal Soul, if Salvation just changed the text to place Eternal Soul, do you have any idea the fun things we could do with that card? That one line, like, that's the problem with DM support, is that like there's small, hey Matchy, I love your vids. Lotterino, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. So like there's little, in every single DM card, there's like these like fine, like little words that you could just take out or plug in that make cards infinitely better. Salvation is one of them. Rather than set, you can just place it. Now imagine a situation where you opened up Souls and DM, right? You go Salvation, Souls pitch DMG, summon itself. You go Salvation, place Eternal Soul. Eternal Soul summons DM, revives DMG, and then you could Magician Souls send your Salvation, and you get replace the souls. You go -1 in hand, and you have 3 bodies on board without normal summon. Like, you know what I mean? Like, think of that. So it's like just little situations, like just changing a card from set to place makes the deck infinitely better. And that's what's really frustrating about some cards. So yeah, so this is the kind of thing, the non-engine I want to play. These 12 cards. So one card that I really want to play, and it's a card that I've been thinking about in the side. I don't own it. I'll have to either buy it or pick it up from a friend or something. No more Fiendsmith. I just sold mine, throw it all away. It's for an event. It's for an event. So once the event's done, maybe we put away Fiendsmith and we work on other things. There are a few things I'm working on, so you'll probably see more lists in the future. I just want to make sure that everything is like solid. So one card I really want to play is a card like the Black Goat Laughs, because I think a card like the Black Goat Laughs is a very good out to a detonator, or a very good out to detonator, a very like it's good going second with cards like Magician Souls, with cards like Apprentice, even a card like Fiendsmith Track. So it's like, imagine you have Fiendsmith going into a Rizio board. You have Fiendsmith Track, the Black Goat Laughs, and Detonator is Rizio. I only play Master Duel. Yes, Detonator is Rizio. So it's like, imagine you have tracked the Black Goat Laughs and 3 cards, 3 hand traps, or whatever, or 3 engine pieces, and you're going into a Rizio board. Just like track, searching your Lurie, sending the Black Goat Laughs, and then you could just like the Black Goat Laughs, call Detonator, and then you go, I'm driving, but I'll be listening. Appreciate you, Loza. Thank you. So the cool thing is like the Black Goat Laughs is a lot of synergy within this list, because you can just like Fiendsmith Track the Black Goat Laughs, call Detonator with the Black Goat, negating its effects, and then you can just push into a Rizio board significantly easier. Magician Souls can send the Black Goat Laughs. Apprentice Illusion Magician can send a Black Goat. Melatonis, the Detonator into Blue Eyes, though, like that's also really good. That's also really good. But like the thing with the Black Goat Laughs is like it can give you value while dealing with a board. Additionally, the Black Goat Laughs is insane. The Black Goat is low-key crazy, dude. It's fucking, oh, I shouldn't be swearing. It's really good, and it's one of your insane ideas. Ohm inspires me so much as a player. The guy's a legend. So it's like the idea is within this list specifically, the value you can get off sending cards is really good. So that's why I think that clip that. So that's why I think like the card like the Black Goat is very good. Additionally, down the line, I want to be experimenting with Azamina. And the cool thing about Azamina is that it makes the entire deck dark, which means we could play a card like Impulse. And I think Impulse, it goes stupid. I think Impulse is insane right now. So that's also a card I want to be looking into, but not right now because we are playing light and it conflicts with lights. So additionally, Seals and these Blue Eyes cards are lights. So this is what's Impulse. Impulse is essentially like a pseudo, it pretty much stops a special summon, pretty much. But then it locks you out of specific archetypes. So Dominus Impulse locks you out of it's light, earth, wind. Am I correct? Or what? I don't know. But like if you play an all dark deck, like Dominus is kind of crazy. But yeah, so back to what I was saying. I think playing maybe I don't want to swap out non-engine, but like I think siding the Black Goat Laughs is really strong. maybe even maining it down the line. Like if Bestials see a significant decrease in play and we no longer need access to these, we can cut these, right? And then we can play, you know, Dominus, not Dominus. We can play the Black Go instead of these, which is like, okay, I don't hate that. So that's I feel like Azamina is pretty strong with DM. I like the synergy. Yeah, I don't hate it either. The only issue with Azamina is I'm not a fan. If you watch my channel, I'm really not a fan of this or that engines. What it feels like with Azamina, why no go full Bestial package with Lubellion? Deck space. Like you can go Lubellion and Regain, but like Regain's one of those cards Regain's never staying on the field into a detonator line. Regain's very good into Malice, but it's a situation where it feels like I don't know how to explain it. Gohan was really good at explaining, like, how do you say it? Just because something is good doesn't essentially mean it's worth playing given the situation the deck's in, if that makes sense. Like Lubellion in theory is decent, but is Lubellion, for example, better than, you know, what are we cutting for Lubellion and Regain here? Like, okay, we'll cut a Rod, but then, you know, we lose access, a little bit more consistency to this package. I know it's confusing. It's difficult to word, if that makes sense. But wait, Dragoon is a spellcaster. Don't really play DM, so I just realized. How are you getting rid of spirits to summon your spellcaster? You're making seals. So the only reason these two cards are here is to give you access to seals. And then seals is just generically really crazy. And the reason why we're doing this is we used to play Toy Box, and Toy Box played a lot of interesting, for example, extra deck slots that wonder if they would be good side deck options. They work. Nothing is good or bad in a vacuum. It's good or bad relative to your matchup. Better way to word it, yeah. I wonder if they would... sorry. I wonder if they would be good side deck options because they work against one of the best decks, but not the other. So the reason why that's true and not true is because there's better side options into Malice. I'm assuming you're talking specifically about Malice. There's better options going into Malice. There's a card like Lancia. There's cards like Chaos Hunter. I still have to get my Chaos Hunters. 100%. Does Eternal Soul and Black Magic Circle better with more access to DM being dumped with the field spell? It does, but the problem is with those cards is they're really bad on their own. So the thing we have to keep in mind is with a deck as bad as this, with as bad as DM, or with a power ceiling as low as DM, with a power scale as low as DM, we need to guarantee that all our cards do something, right? And that's kind of the thought. Wait, are you removing Toy Box? Yes, we are removing Toy Box. We are removing Toy Box. You want to see the main engine, that's why you wouldn't play Lubellion, I'm guessing. Like, Lubellion is solid. The problem with Lubellion is the strength of Lubellion comes from active, like, fully setting up Lubellion. Lubellion just grabbing your Bestial, why not just play an extra Bestial? Right? Colin, I went earlier into the stream. I went into a huge discussion talking about these cards. I love these cards. It's just that they're not very good right now in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the sense that there's too many problem cards that deal with these. 1 lube is fine, 3 is not worthy. So what I mean is, 1 Lubellion, like, the thing that Lubellion sets up is Regain plus extra Bestials. And if that's the case, just play extra Bestials. And, like, because you'll have situations where you open the Regain and it's not good. You know what I mean? Like, the thing is like, okay, I'll give you an example. With Mausoleum, for this instance, like, imagine Mausoleum as Regain. If you open just Regain versus just Mausoleum, if Regain, there's nothing in this list that can activate Regain to give you an advantage. But opening Mausoleum with literally any monster in your deck allows you to at least send Dark Magician, turning on other pieces of your list. You know, and that's kind of the thought. It can brick. I just wanted to explain as to why it was a brick. It's easy to just say it gets a brick. But yeah, so that's a 40 card list. I think the theory's okay. Lubellion is great if everything works, but if everything is working already, if everything works, you're already winning. Otherwise, Lubellion can work against you, pretty much. Great way to put it. So that's the main deck, 40 cards. I like the theory that this list offers. We can go into some plays and simple interactions that we can go over if we want, but I want to build the extra deck first and foremost. Before doing that, what I want to do is I want to sorry. I can't stop flexing these sleeves. I gotta re-sleeve everything into these. I don't know if I miscounted, but I think you're short one card in the deck. Don't say that. Don't say that. Moki Moki. Test hands. Woo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, you're right. So what are we playing, guys? Called by? Yeah, Mazo is search off to the extra deck also, which isn't bad. What are we playing? One more Bestial? I guess we could play Bestial. Bestials are fine. Play one more Bestial. I get or called by, but whatever. We'll rock out with Bestials. We'll play the one Boldra. No, we'll play 3 Druids. We'll full send it. Third Soul Servant. 3 Dark Magician. Never. All right, I'm already hating myself for playing 2. If you guys make me play 3 DMs, we're gonna have a problem. We might end the stream early. Yes, probably called by. Yeah, we could probably test it. Yeah, it's probably called by. Called by is probably the answer. Yeah, Drew, I'm getting mixed opinions, guys. You guys are stressing me out. I love you, Machi. Love you too, Bochi. Bochi. Despite what your name is or how your name is pronounced, you are a goat for being here. So I appreciate you, my friend. All right, so extra deck time. What are we playing in the extra deck? Loki, Spice, Storming Mirror Force. You're lying, no? That's a joke? No way. Is Storming Mirror Force a hidden technology? Secret technology? Dead serious. It slaps. No one expected. Also, sorry, I lucked away for a second. Are you pulling Boldrake for an extra interaction? No, we're playing just 3 Druids. We couldn't play the Boldrake. It's either another Bestial. So I think the 1 mag, 2 Druids are a lock. And then we just play the extra Bestial or the 1 called by. Why run 1 called by when we could run 3 Druids? Exactly. And Druids is a dragon that goes into seals. Seal summon Boldrake. I was thinking like seal summon mag, or if you have like secrets, you could seal summon Druids. But like, yeah, I that's a decision we can make another time. It's not at the end of the world. Okay, so extra deck time. What I want to play is we might as well just sleeve these up now. Oh, that looks so I can't stop looking at this. Have you tried White Forest with DM? Called by good. Called by is very good. Have you tried What's the extra deck gonna look like? The extra. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that. Have you tried White Forest with DM? Credo, I have been working really hard with White Forest. The thing with White Forest is my list isn't. Shout out to shout out Loza, man. Everyone go subscribe to Loza. Loza's the absolute legend. The problem with White Forest right now for me is I have a lot of awesome ideas for it. I am missing something within the list. I don't know what that is yet. I really don't know what that is yet, but there's something missing within my White Forest list that doesn't make me fully satisfied with it. It could be just as simple as waiting for the format to shift a little bit to make it a little more comfortable to play White Forest. Maybe that's it. But something is missing within my White Forest list that I'm not entirely satisfied with. And it's something that I think needs to be worked on just a little bit more. But you know, we'll figure it out. Is my camera trying to like, it's not really focusing, is it? Hold on. I'm sorry, everyone. I think that's okay. Okay. I don't think that did anything. That just gave me less room to work with. Whatever. Extra deck time. What I want to play is, well, for sure, Dragoon. All this stuff is fine. We now cut Dweller because we don't have access to it. We have to play Moon. Requiem. We have to play 2 Requiems, as a matter of fact. For this example. Ignore that all my extra deck sleeves are different. It's been a lot of testing recently. Different locals events, swapping cards in and out real quick. So everything is kind of a mess. I think it's a reflection due to sleeves. It's not going to get much better. It's fine though. All right. I appreciate you, Colin. Thank you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? 10, 11, 12, 13. I think Chaos Angel is an absolute necessity here. A card I want to play. If we don't play this, I want to play IPSB. Or this. So what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. So we have 2 more slots. We can play one of these. Alternatively, something that I want to do is I want to play a card. SP Anima. No. I want to show you guys. I think this is Copium. This might be 100% Copium. But let me know what you think. I want to play a card like I was thinking about Guardian Chimera 2. I really want to. There's too many options. Where is it? Where is it? Why don't I have it? Shucks. Don't tell me I lost it. I'm so Goddess. Goddess could be a shout too. Post Eclipse World, but it's absolutely worth running. It might not be the best into something, but yeah, it's. I think Chaos Angel is just a little too good. Shoot. Don't tell me I misplaced it. Apologies, everyone. Oh man, this is gonna make me so upset. Oh, here we go. Wallow. So, the reason for Wallow is it's a generic level 6. It's a generic level 6 that we can make off cards like the Bestial's Apprentice. Now, obviously, there are situations where, you know, your the idea is that it turns off Fiendsmith. So this card, for those of you who are relatively new to the game, this was a pretty insane card during tier limits format. This works exactly like a pseudo Bestial, a pseudo called by, very similar to Shark Cannon from Sky Strikers. So what this card does is it's 2 level 6 monsters, and essentially, quick effects. You can target one card in your opponent's graveyard, detach 2 materials from this card, and activate one of these effects. If you detach one card, you return that card to the deck. If you detach 2, you can target that monster, special summon in face up or face down position to your side of the field. If it's not, you can set it to your field. So into Fiendsmith, if you're playing Fiendsmith, we can go into this. For example, say we open up one Bestial and like Apprentice, or DMG and Apprentice, and our opponent's on Fiendsmith or something. We can go into this and take a Fiendsmith card and go full combo for our Fiendsmith. Additionally, this card also turns off, for example, like it's a niche interaction. It's something that I've been thinking about. I'm not sure if it's copium, but considering we play a significant amount of level 6s and level 6s that are easily accessible, I don't think this card is that far off from viable. It's a quick effect, yes. It's a quick effect, and it's something that, you know, it's interesting. So the question can be whether we like, you know, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. It can be good. I feel like it can see play. It has an option. If for example if these blue eyes cards don't work, I think like these 3 are no brainers, right? I kind of want to play the Dark Magicians, because what the Dark Magicians offer is situations where it makes really awkward hands playable. So for example, if you open like Rod and DMG, right? Rod, DMG, Soul Servant, or even like Soul Servant Secrets, whatever. Soul Servant Secrets and like Apprentice plus blanks. Like that makes your hand even a little bit playable. I don't know if it's enough. So yeah, I'm not sure. And then I like these two. Sorry. I like these two because there's a very interesting interaction you can make with these two. So for example, there are some situations where you end, this is specifically in the toy box variant. There are situations where you end on a card. You have like, you can end on Desiree plus you can end on like Desiree, IP, and you know, something else. If you want, like for example, if your opponent threatens the Desiree before Desiree is able to activate its effect, what you can do, and it's a very interesting interaction, I don't know how often it's going to come up. You can IP the Desiree away, right? And then you could use Lacrima Engrave to shuffle itself back into the deck to summon Agamday. So so the idea is you have these two on board, right? If your opponent threatens this before you're able to activate this effect, you can IP, link these two off into an SP, and then Lacrima shuffles itself back in the deck to summon back your Agamday, because Agamday would have been equipped to this. Agamday revives your Lacrima and then sets. And then you pretty much, it's like insulation for your plays. However, throughout testing, it's insane when it goes off. The problem is setting it up is not as probable. So I don't think we play this. I like Chimera, and Chimera is another reason why I want to play Dark Magician at 2, because there are situations where you have, for example, DMG in hand, after going full combo or whatever the case is, and you can just like set secrets after you've used, Lacrima, for example, because like secrets, if you have like DM, a body on board, Lacrima and secrets, what you can do is you can go into like secrets, fuse off your cards into a Guardian Chimera, or even if it's like a DM plus a hand trap and Lacrima, you can fuse off into Chimera. Chimera goes pop, pop, draw, or pop, draw, draw, and then Lacrima triggers Engrave to get you another destruction. So I think that's why Chimera's interaction is very, very interesting. A lot more so than a card like the Dark Magicians. So for me, the thought with the Dark Magicians is Sync Wavy plays, yeah, Chimera feels a lot better when you could use a material that triggers Engrave to chain block, but you still have its, but it still has utility in a list like this. Yeah, exactly. So it's like, for me, the reason why I love this card so much is because this makes unplayable hands remotely playable. However, if your hand is unplayable and you make it remotely playable, that's not enough to win the game. Unless you like do this to fix your hand and you top deck an Engraver. That's the only way that this makes anything playable. And at that point, you're playing like RNG. And that's not a recipe for successful Yu-Gi-Oh! I love this card. I just don't know if this is the right way. Like I said, I really, really want to push Wallow. I think Wallow, I like the utility this card can offer. But it's going to be a matter of just testing it and seeing if I missed the deck. We'll go over it one more time before some test hands. I really miss the applications that Wallow provides. Alternatively, what we can do is we can play some live matches if anyone wants to volunteer. If anyone has like a webcam setup, we can play some live matches. That'd be fun. So I think that's the extra deck. I'm not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, we have 14. Oh. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I am so dumb. Oh, I'm embarrassed. Yeah, so yo, let's try Wallow. What that cool, thanks. What's up though? We're having fun. We're vibing out. You can play Chimera and the Dark Magicians. You think Wallow's copium? You're probably right. It's something to keep in mind. We'll put it to the side. I think it's something to keep in mind. But I think you're right. Maybe we just play Dark Magicians. Or we play 2 Dragoons, because now we have a lot more access to play. We have a lot more access to play Dragoon. Like, we can probably make 2 Dragoons throughout the game. Or is one of those situations where it's like, once you make the first Dragoon, it's like you shouldn't be losing in that game state. Thoughts? What about Typhon? Typhon's also a shout. I'm a huge advocate for Typhon. I just don't own it right now. It's interesting. This last extra deck slot is very, very flexible. Like, it could be preference. Doesn't Wallow counter Yubel as well? Zeus. The problem with Zeus is we're only playing one extra deck monster. Typhon seems nice. Yeah, I don't hate Typhon. I like what Typhon offers. Can thought. Can we? Where is it? I'm thinking about something. Can we? Oh, never mind. I thought Desiree destroys. If Desiree destroyed, it'd be sick because there'd be some very fun interactions where you can go like when you go into the Agamday line. Like, say this was your board. Say like this was your board, right? And then you get your draw off the Dark Magicians. What you can do is you can link off these two into an Agamday. And then this triggers shuffling back this to destroy this. And then that gets you DMG. And then you get your Lacrima back. And then you could do shenanigans that way. Like, that was a thought, but this card reads send instead of destroy. It'd be really cool if it destroyed. Wallow? We'll see. Like, that extra deck slot is very flexible. We also have to see how much Wallow comes up, because like we have a lot of level 6s, but it's like how many times we're gonna have 2 level 6s left over. So I think we keep it like this. We'll go over the deck one more time. We'll do some test hands, and then we'll see if anyone wants to play in a live match just to test it. So what we will play, hold on, let me organize all these again. Okay. So the deck list to round off our little deck building session. We play 2 copies of Dark Magician, 3 copies of Illusion of Chaos, 3 copies of Magician's Rod, 3 copies of Magician's Souls, 1 Apprentice, 1 Timaeus, 1 DMG, 2 copies of Soul Servant, 1 Secrets, and then 1 Mausoleum of White. We then play your 3 copies of Fiendsmith Engraver, 1 Lacrima, 1 Fabled Lurie, and then we play the 3 Fiendsmith Tracks and the 1 Paradise with 12 non-engine slots. So we play 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Veilers, 1 Meg, 3 Druis. Sorry, 14 non-engine slots, which I think is 13 non-engine slots, which I think is okay. Like, I think that's decent. And then for the extra deck, which you guys just saw that we cooked up, we play the 1 Dark Magicians. This is the flex spot. This could be anything, but we'll just run it with the Dark Magicians. We play the 1 Dragoon, 1 Chimera, 1 Desiree, 1 Necroquip Princess. Then the card that ties everything together, Moon. Agam Day, Sequence, 2 copies of Requiem, because I don't have the second, 1 Chaos Angel, Wave King, and then your 2 Blue Eyes Links with Seals. And then your side deck can be whatever, you know, you're prepping for locals or whatever the case is. What I think my side deck's going to be is 3 Lancias, 3 Chaos Hunters, Nib, Mulchummies, and Black Goat Laughs. Wait, that's 4, right? Lancia, Chaos Hunter, Nib, Mulchummies. Oh no, that's 15. But I need to get my hands on Chaos Hunters and Mulchummies. I just spent all my UR on DM Toy Box Shining deck. Please tell me that's the best it gets, so I could be okay with my life. That's the best it gets. It's fun. You'll have fun playing that list. The Toy Box Shining deck. 1 second, everyone. Give me a minute, please. Something came up. Be right back. We're back. Apologies for that. So we can do a few test hands. And just to get an idea of how the deck wants to play and set up its interactions. If anyone has any ideas for better lines, get ready to open Mausoleum of White every game from now on. Play match versus me. Yeah, okay, say Marcus. If I after these test hands, I want to go over through some, and then if we have time after, we'll run a game, just to showcase. So, if anyone has any suggestions on how to make these better, you know, I'm always learning as well. Feel free to share them. So let's see what we open. Rod, Secrets, Timaeus, or Servant, Illusion of Chaos, and Souls. So in this situation, how do we want to start this? We have a very... We can go... Can we get into both? This is a situation where we can kind of do me a favor here. Match, take the deck, pile, shuffle 3. Huh? Wait. Do me a favor here, match. Take the deck, pile in 3, shuffle 7 to 10, do the test hand there. Huh? Alright, I'll try that. OMG, he's really playing DM. For real. Now watch how this is going to change real quick. I love the DM. I love the DM support. I only played DM first 3 months of Master Duel. I just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Period. But branched into Horus and Shining. That's really cool. Love it. Love it. All right. So this can get you your Fiendsmith combo online. However, let's see. With now the Mausoleum cards are live and all those cards, let's see if we can do something here. So how I would start this is I would start by playing Magician Souls. Start by Rod. If they negate, you can continue sending DM. Yeah, you can. Hi, Matchy. Great to see you live. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I'm zoned. I'm like locked in on 3 different things. But appreciate you being here, my friend. Magician Souls will send your copy of the Dark Magician Girl. Summoning itself. Here we can normal Rod. Rod effect. What do I want to do with Rod? Do I want to grab Secrets? I think if we grab a Soul Servant. Maybe not. Maybe we just grab Secrets. Yeah, we'll grab Secrets. Why not? We'll grab Secrets. So this can go into Fiendsmith combo. How many hand traps and going second cards are you on it? We're playing 14, I think. 14 or 13 non-engine slots. So here you can go into Fiendsmith combo. But for the purpose of this video, we're just experimenting, seeing where different lines can take us. Obviously, and for Bestials. Garza. Garza? Did I say that right? So this can obviously go into full Fiendsmith combo. You can send this, get some cards, but for the purpose of the stream, just to experiment, see where potential lines can take us, I want to just experiment. Obviously, it's easy to do some theory. It's difficult to do most theory in my head. I like playing things out and seeing how things interact, so we'll go from there. So we activated Rod, grabbed our Soul Servant. What I'll probably do is I'll probably link off Rod and search your copy of, or special summon your Secrets Spear with Eyes of Blue, activating its effect, setting your Mausoleum, or grabbing your Mausoleum. Mausoleum will target one of these two cards. And then we will send our Dark Magician. We always send the... Where is it? We always send the Lost Ark because we're cool like that. For about a year now, DM... Oh, Colin. Dude, you make me blush. Thank you. It's like the nicest thing I ever read. So here, what I want to do is what I'll probably... So the problem with this line is we lose the idea of recycling these two. However... So what I mean by that is we're going to utilize both here. And if we do that, we have no more recursion from our graveyard, which is okay, I think, which is okay. But we'll figure this out. We'll go Magician Souls, sending both Soul Servant and Mausoleum to the graveyard. And what I want to do here is I want to activate Soul Servant, stacking Secrets. And I'll explain why very soon of what I want to do here. So we'll stack our Secrets. So we just sent our 2 spells. We stack our Secrets, and now we're drawing 2. I then want to banish our Soul Servant to draw another 2. So we're in a very good spot. I'll put my banish here. We're in a very good spot here. Now, interesting dilemma. I want to activate my Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos can grab us our Apprentice. Putting back Illusion? No, we don't even need no, to avoid the discard, we'll just hard add our Dark Magician here. I was thinking like maybe we can get a body on board, but because we drew into Fiend, so if we needed a body on board, we'll we go to Apprentice here, but because we don't need a body on board because we drew into track, we can just hard go into Dark Magician. So we'll stack our Illusion of Chaos here. And now we can go, because we can't special summon anything yet, we go Timaeus effect, sending souls, special summoning itself, linking these 2 off into your seals. Right? Now what we can do is we can go Fiendsmith track, grabbing your copy of Fabled Lurie. And now we're forced to discard Lurie. And then Lurie activates its effect, special summoning itself. The reason why we started off with this, now this plays into Nib. However, with the line we had, we were going to play into Nib anyways with Rod and Souls. If we go into the Rod and Souls line, we play into Nib anyways. So I don't know. At least with this line specifically, if we're playing into Nib, at least we can facilitate a few more card. We can draw into a little bit more cards. We set up our graveyard with Dark Magician Girl, things like that. So that's kind of why I thought about going into this line. I don't know if it's correct just yet. We link off our Lurie into your Fiendsmith Requiem. Seeing Fiendsmith bid me PTSD, the 300-second turns I always run into. Oh, yeah, true. We then activate Requiem's effect. Special summoning your Lurie, or not Lurie, Lacrima. Lacrima effect. Sending Engraver to the graveyard. Here, what we'll do is, I think, if we're at this point and our opponent hasn't nibbed us yet, I think that's incorrect, which means if we get to this point, I don't think they have nib. I don't think. And if they have nib, I think it's okay because we still have like enough here to deal with it. The only issue I have, I'm trying to think. If we go into the sequence line, that means we shuffle back all three of the Fiendsmith, all of our fiends from our graveyard, which turns off Lacrima later on. But then we get a better interruption. And we get two interrupt. We get two pops there. Or we can go into just Dragoon and do that. No, I think. What is that? Oh. What I think will happen is here what we'll do is we'll just yeah, we'll activate we'll go into the we'll go into this line. I think it's okay. Yeah, we'll go into this line. We'll equip Requiem into Lacrima. We'll contact Fuse going into Necroquip. We'll activate Engraver, shuffling back your Lurie, specialing Engraver, linking off or overlaying into your DDD Wave King Caesar, and we'll set a card. We'll set secrets. So on our opponent's turn, what we have. So this is a pretty interesting board. What we have is we have Seal's Bounce. So we'll activate Seal's Bounce. We will special summon Mag. We can activate Mag's effect. And we bounce a card. We can negate something with Caesar. Right? On top of that, we have a Bestial to deal with them. Then we have your Lacrima. which can shuffle itself back, summon Requiem effect, summon back Lacrima, and then Lacrima sends your trap. Hold on, am I doing that right? Is it both? You can use each effect once per turn or only one effect? Yeah, I think we go Guardian Chimera. Yeah, each effect, so it's fine. So yeah, we'll do that. Lacrima, and then we have this, and we have Paradise Engrave to banish itself, sending your... We can send your Lacrima to deal when your opponent special summons a monster, and then when Desiree sent to the graveyard, we can shuffle back a Link monster, send a card to the graveyard, and then on top of that, yeah, exactly, with Ashen. So yeah, and I was just about to get that. And to round off this end board, we can go Secrets of Dark Magic. We can go into Dragoon by fusing these two. However, like Gohan just mentioned in the comment section, because we have Ash Blossom in hand, Dragoon doesn't have a negate because we'd be typically using Ash and it feels obsolete. So this is a situation where we fuse off your DM, Druid Swarm, and then Lacrima, I guess, into a Guardian Chimera to get another pop, 2 pops and a draw. And then like that sounds pretty insane. On top of everything after that, what we have is we have Meg in the end phase. I'm not sure what we would add here. I guess we'll add Druus. We could also add Timaeus from Grave, or we could put back Seals and get another bounce. That's a shout. And then when it passes back to us, we'll draw a card. We also have Soul Servant to banish itself to draw another 2 cards. And here we have, yeah, this is a situation where I think grabbing Timaeus is a little better because like your opponent's not playing through that anyways. And to clean up any game, you can go into like, rather than grabbing your Druid Storm, I would probably grab Timaeus back just for the chance that you're drawing into, you're drawing into potentially Illusion of Chaos or Magician Souls. You're drawing 3 cards essentially, 1 for turn and then Soul Servant banish. So if you do draw into Illusion of Chaos or Magician Souls, this turns on a Dragoon. So, and you drew Dragoon to clean up the game on turn 3, but you probably don't need that because that was already a significant amount of interruptions, which I think is like really good. 2 Engravers, that's game. Just scoop it. Yeah, for real. And that was I understand like the one anti-advocate I see is we didn't end on a single DM card, but like keep in mind that starting hand was, what was that starting hand? It was this, and Ash, right? That was our starting hand. This was our starting hand. And we ended on that. Like obviously we have to get lucky and draw into things with that. Now pile deck in 3s, then shuffle 7 to 8 times and see what the deck looks like. Okay. So like this. Is that what you mean? No, it was all DM. The only issue with that is like, you know, the end board wasn't a DM end board. I mean, using the Dark Magician card to make other stuff still isn't really playing DM. Like, it depends. It depends on what your preference is in regards to things like that, right? Am I shuffling enough, Marcus? Who cares, bro? DM is DM. Fair enough. What's more Dark Magician than transmuting cards of one kind into another kind? Once or twice and I struggle quick. Yeah, that happens. This is literally just Fiendsmith combo. And then if you want, you can make a seals. You can hard make a seals after everything. Right? You end on... Yeah, you'd end on full Fiendsmith combo, seals, imperm, DM, engrave. With no cards in hand. With this hand. Now you're seeing real hands. How you can't get the Dragoon with this hand, unfortunately, because Tamias needs to send a Dark Magician card. That's the issue. I really don't get the objection. What does play DM mean? You want to end on DM extra deck monsters? You can do that. You want to make play? You can do. Yeah, like I'm in agreement with that. I'm just providing devil's advocate. 100% Dodo. 100% Dodo. It's like under normal circumstances, we could take those 5 cards and set up Salvation Circle Rod. Salvation Circle, Eternal Soul, DM and hand grave rotation, or maybe a Dragoon. That's 2 interruptions. Off those 5 cards, we created a bounce, 2 pops, Chimera, and a search in the end phase, with hand traps in, with hand traps in hand. I summoned Pot Creed. Like this is bad. I don't like this. This is the one issue I have with playing 3 Rod, is because you'll get situations like this, which don't feel great. OMG, Metago Machi. Sharuk, how's it going, brother? Hope you're well. Hope you're well. This feels ass. This feels terrible. Unfortunately. But I mean, like, you still go Fiendsmith combo. You have... What do we have there? We had 2 imperms. Like, your opponent's not playing on their turn. I fixed your test hands. But Marcus, I stack into 8s. That hand was playable. Yeah, it was absolutely playable. It wasn't bad. Like, you go full Fiendsmith combo, and then you go, you have Druis, 2 imperms, and then you have Rod for potential follow-up. Like, this hand's also pretty nuts. This is a hand where I would go, like, I would go seals. This is a hand where I go seals Fiendsmith combo, I think. Yeah, this is a hand where I go like seals Fiendsmith combo with that's your game 1 hand. I mean, if you're shuffling, I guess. But like, despite all that, like, we're still opening playable is what I'm trying to get at. Like, in this situation, what am I doing? I'm going chaos, summon, or grabbing your souls. Yeah, this is what I'm doing. Souls. We'll put back engraver. I'll explain why. We go souls. Sending your DMG. Summon souls. Souls effect. Chain soul servant. Stacking Timaeus. This is probably overthinking. I probably could have just went. No, I couldn't have. It doesn't matter. No. Stacking Timaeus. Link off souls into. Obviously, if you get interrupted at any of this, then, you know, if your opponent interrupts you a few times, then you have engraver as follow-up. Or you could start with engraver to bait all this. But, like, I think this is a little better than just starting engraver. This searches you your mausoleum. Mausoleum target Blue Eyes. Blue Eyes sends your DM. Special Timaeus. Link off into seals. And then here, I don't think we soul servant yet. I think we do that last, because I think we're okay right now. We activate engraver, grabbing track, activating track, summon, getting your Lurie, sent to the graveyard, special summons itself, link off into Requiem effect. So this is interesting because now Lacrima effect. I think we send another engraver here just to get another fiend engrave. So like now is a time where I'd go sequencing. I think I'd go into the sequence line because now I go engraver effect, shuffling back Lurie, special engraver. Link these two off into sequence. Sequence effect. 1, 2, 3. Right. Summoning your Desiree. And then I would link these two off into Agamday effect, summoning back Desiree, equipping these two. These two will be shuffled. And then I will go Soul Servant, banish, drawing 2 cards. Probably setting Soul Servant here, and I'll pass. That's probably what I would do. And then on my opponent's turn, what I have is you have Seals Bounce, summoning Mag. So a lot of the Dark Magician cards I think happen turn 2, which I think is okay. Summoning Mag effect. Here I would go. Yeah, you would just go Desiree. You have Paradise, which is 2 interruptions. Yeah, 2 interruptions, unfortunately, but I think that's okay. Maybe instead of no, I think we go Mag. I still think I think Mag is fine. Oh, no, because Paradise also sends you your Yeah, Paradise sends you a Fiend as well. It doesn't matter. We'll send whatever. Or maybe just sending Agam. Maybe the Agam Day line wasn't correct. Maybe we just end on this. And then, so now that we have all this, on our opponent's turn, we can Paradise, send Agam Day. Oh no, but then we don't have this engraved. So it doesn't matter. We can't get rid of this. That's okay, I think, though. It's fine. It's fine. You don't want to lose Chaos on. No, this is not on field. This is hand. There are two ways to stop the negate from even happening and bestials, which is one of these. Yeah. No. This is. So the idea is like you have two interruptions here. If your opponent does, say, break this board, I don't think you die through this board. So like worst case, your opponent clears it. In the end phase, I would go Magnuma effect, grabbing, probably keep grabbing Druis, and then you go Soul Servant, stacking souls. Right? So you start with this. And then you go into your DM lines to clean up the game. Because this gets you a draw 2. This can get you Apprentice, which gets you access to DM. Or this gets you DM itself. Or Rod, because then you can go Souls. So it's like, assuming we didn't draw into... These two are blanks. We can go... this grabs you Rod or whatever, and then this can summon your DM, Bestial Interruption, and then you have you can hard make a Dragoon here, which I think is okay. Which I think is fine. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I think we're on the right track here for the most part. I think there's still a few more tweaks I want to make before fully committing, specifically within the extra deck. Like I said, there are a few cards. No, St. Marcus, I'm going to end the stream. It's getting late. I should probably spend some time with the fiance on Valentine's Day before, you know, probably make some dinner or something. Or post dinner, like dessert or I don't know, some sort of snack or something. Anyways, I think I'm going to end the stream there. I think it was very productive for the most part. And yeah, I just want to thank everyone for watching. Dan wanted to show off the Yugi mat. Next stream, Marcus. This stream I really want to refine the list, get everyone's input on the list. Now that I'm relatively happy with the direction it's going in, next stream we'll test. Monday is a long weekend for us here in Canada, so we'll probably you send me a photo. Sick, can't wait to see it. Nova GT, late to the stream, but I've decided to fully embrace branded DM until we get some support. That's actually good. It's too expensive for us casual to switch. 100%. Good stuff as always. Appreciate you, Gohan. Appreciate what you do for the community. Anyways, I want to thank everyone so much for watching. Thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure hanging out with everyone and cooking and trying to figure out the best ways to play the deck. Like I said, I am experimenting with the Primite cards. I know that's a fan favorite deck right now. I promise I will release a list once I am very happy with one. Like I said in my YouTube post today, last thing I want to do is set up, create a deck profile that, you know, I'm not happy with, that I don't think is very good, because the last thing I want to do is provide garbage on the internet for you. I think you guys deserve significantly better than that. So for now, I just want to thank everyone for watching. I hope everyone has an amazing evening. Happy Valentine's Day again. It was an absolute pleasure chatting with everyone. Till next time, have yourselves an amazing night.